What's going on? Move the mouse back in City Skylines, but this time it's remastered. Episode 7, take 2. I've been having some internet issues, and this is not my home Xbox. So if I lose connection, unfortunately, I lose access to the game. I also lose access to saving. So we'll want to be careful with that today. Hopefully I remember to save occasionally here, because it has already burned me once. But hopefully the internet will remain. I've started kind of at least separating out some of the traffic. We need an intersection here. Like, this is not ideal, but this is sending traffic, very few intersections, all the way down this way. This is a bad one though. Lots of traffic waiting to turn left. And unfortunately cars think that they need to go there to turn straight as well. So actually, I think a car just despawned there. It might have been sitting there so long. That's unfortunate. So this we will want to fix. That's going to become some kind of actual exchange or interchange. That brings traffic all the way down here into the city. Loop around, same way we did before, the one-way traffic. Connects into these 4 lanes. We've got residential over here on the right. And I believe more residential. Maybe some office over here. A little bit here and there. I want to meet some of that industry demand. And I want to do that with office. And in order to do that, I want to plan out this neighborhood a little bit better over here. So small roads, that's fine, I think. This one doesn't connect all the way up to there. And that's okay. So that will remain a small lane. When I reboot the game, I have to turn back on angle snapping. I feel like that angle snapping should be on by default, only because that was the default behavior of the game. It would be nice if the game behaved like the game and you could override it. But that's not the case, unfortunately. I'm going a little bit over my zoning there so that I can figure out exactly where this spot is, where I can run an interior street alongside that main avenue. Becomes like a secondary access way. And we will occasionally intersect with this street, but we don't want to do it at the top. We'll eat into a little bit of zoning on either side so that we can really maximize stuff out there. We're basically losing 2 squares when we do that. Those 2 squares at the end of the tip of the street. But we'll have some buildings really kind of packed in here, and that's okay. This one, let's do this. We'll connect from here, but that's a little crooked, and we don't want all these intersections. We'll do the same thing here. Oh, we're 1 square off. Hold on. We can't have a missing square there. That would just be silly. Right, and then there should be 3 squares for the end of the street. Okay. That's pretty good. I wonder if I brought this other side down far enough. I think that I did. I did not. So for this, I'm going to use the 4 blocks closest to the main streets for office. This creates a nice little buffer zone. So we can do anything that we want in behind. If we want to do commercial, that's fine. If we want to do residential, it won't be bothered. I am leaving. However, I'll show you in a second. I shouldn't like speed away from it as I'm talking about it. I'm leaving this side open for trees and growth, and we'll put some vegetation in there. Depending on what does and doesn't create ground ruin, most of the default trees create that ruining effect, the dirt on the ground. If you haven't figured this out yet, this is kind of useful. Default tree messes up the ground. Mr. Mason tree does not. And there's a lot of good options in there. So not that all do. I think some of these trees don't. I could be wrong. Maybe some of the newer ones that got released don't have that ruining, but that is kind of an annoying effect, unfortunately, that the Mr. Mason trees do not cause. They don't have that ground ruining. Good reason to support that content creator pack. I mean, a better reason to support that content creator pack is because they're absolutely beautiful trees, and Mr. Mason does an awesome job at them, and they really do bring life, even though I mean, sorry console, like, this is what we're at. Like, we get this texture pop in, it's really bad. But if you maintain a consistent distance, then things look great. If you get those textures to load in, you know, and look at it from an angle where the textures are loaded in and they don't pop in, but you really have to kind of trick the camera out to not see too far ahead, otherwise you get all that tree pop in. Anyways, not really what today's about, but considering Meander, I guess it is what today's episode is about. It's about whatever is going on in my brain right now. Meeting all this office demand, we'll have some commercial pockets. I think what I'd like to do, before I forget, zoning districts. Let's make sure these offices don't get too big. And anything that might be on this side of town, we're going to high-rise band. Okay, so policies, that's economy. No, I don't want policies. I want a mouse. I want to click on that. And then in here we go to policies. And that's under city planning, high-rise band. Well, before anybody moves in, we can also do high-tech housing over here. Okay. I hadn't done 5 policies yet. I thought it was 5. It's assigning it to a district. Okay. We're getting achievements for the first time again, which is one fun benefit of Remastered. Wow, that took me a minute to figure out what we were playing. It. Good enough. We could put them kind of along the streets if we want to, if we don't mind the overlap a little bit. I know somebody will appreciate that. At some point, I'll tell you what, at some point, because it does look kind of cool when it's all done. When we're rolling in the dough, remind me to come back and we'll really clean the pipes up. We'll make them follow all the main avenues first, fill in the gaps following the streets, run the the odd ugly ones when we have to. That's my promise. So a pipe episode. Put some. This would be like AMSR. Is that the acronym? I think. As soon as I said it felt wrong coming out of my mouth because I don't know. It just I don't remember it. Now I can't. Now I'm wondering if I'm right. AMSR, right? Yes. Okay. Autonomous sensory meridian response. In case you didn't know, which I bet most people that know AMSR don't know that. So for everything I just said about those pipes that we'll clean up later, those are prime ones to clean up. Okay, so we've really watered this valley more than we need. We got 1.9 million in the bank though. What do you want me to do? We're growing slowly but surely. We do need to look at service coverage and things like that at some point. And I don't think that's worthy of an episode, but you know, come in, let's look at things like health, right? Like so I have a health center and an elderly care and a child health center. These do 2 cool things, or they each do a cool thing. So the child center increases birth rate. If you're trying to grow your city, there's a health benefit and there's more people, right? They come in faster. Elder care lets them live longer lifespan, more taxes. So they both have these massive areas of effect. So we want to try and get those kind of, what do we have? We have a child center over there. So if that runs out, let's see where that kind of circle runs out. If we get another one like right over here, like this is a great spot for it. Maybe on the corner here. Okay, where is it? 2? Is it click on either side? Okay, that house is getting moved out right now just because of symmetry. Paths. Imagine getting moved out for a sidewalk. Like you don't live here anymore. We need a symmetrical sidewalk because the mayor is a little bit compulsive. Sorry. You can move back into a smaller lot. You can keep your garage. Live in your garage. Okay, trying to remember to save my progress as I go here. You may see me cut in or cut out, dissolve a little more than normal, just because I'm trying to manage my save games with the inconsistent internet I've had. Inconsistent. I feel like I really mushmouth that one. Or not, just didn't articulate it well. Inconsistent. I said it inconsistently. Belmont Park is our office park for now with the high-rise ban. What do we need? I mean, we need people moving in. I also need to stay focused here. So we dropped in that other child health center. So if we residence off to the right there, I think that would be really good. Maybe, in fact, this little roundabout thing here. Sort of be an apartment complex and park? I don't know. I don't know. We also haven't done a... we'll find a spot for one of the Green Cities low-density residential neighborhoods. In the meantime, let's do this. We'll do low-density residential back here as well. We'll save a bit of a... We'll move these out. And we'll put something service-related here on the corner. Like, for example, how's our schooling? So we got to keep an eye over here. I got to look maybe at the individual school's capacity, but let's use this block and we could like push stuff back. How deep does this go? Let's do this. Let's move some stuff around. Is this one? This is one deeper, unfortunately. Okay. So let's do that. Can I do this with the street that close? You can't node that. You can put a node there? Holy cow. Okay. So let's see what we can do. If we do 2 clicks in. All right, like that. Can we? No, we can't. That's too bad. We can do it if we go to the side streets. We can't do it with that close to the 4. Oh, we can. What? The node snapping is so screwy in... Come on. Can I or can't I? Because I can on the other side, and it doesn't make sense to me why that would be the case since I'm the same distance. Theoretically on either side, right? Am I reading this wrong? Is it because I'm closer to this node? Hold on a second. What if we delete this? Come down to where it is in line, and then try and create the 4 lanes off of that. Is it this that's throwing it off? This node being too close? That works though. Which I think I'm gonna have to change anyways though, because if I want to one-way this, right? Hold on a second. Where's one-ways? And we can do our trick that we've done so many times before. We're gonna combine the grass lined. Can we upgrade this? We can. Okay. So let's do this. We're actually gonna break this road in the middle. With the grass lined streets, well, okay. Nope, we're not. Hold on. We're going to flip these buildings around first. So we want this facing in. We can go all the way to the edge of the property with both, and then maybe we can get something in the middle. We'll see. That could work. Okay. And then let's look at our parks. Please tell me it fits like perfectly in the middle. That would be awesome. Or not at all. Okay, never mind. How many squares do we have here? Like kind of 4, but not because they're not lined up evenly. That's fun. Can we redraw that road? Because that looked like it had the tiniest bit of curve to it, did it not? Does that fix our zoning problem? It doesn't, but can we put something in and then build that road in the back? That might be able to fix it. That won't fit. Okay. We do have 4 zones of space now, though, right? Yeah, 4 consistent zones of space. So what can we fit in a 4 wide? Is there anything that is 4 wide? These all default to 5 for centering purposes. What about in plazas? Have we unlocked anything there? These are all huge, right? Oh, that's a 4. Food trucks for the kids. Ice cream. Ice cream for the kids. Okay, come on. Come on, let's go. Ice cream stand right in the middle. It's America. Get your sugar early, kids. Healthcare's on your own though, so try and stay away from the diabetes. Okay, let's fix this road now. Now that we're done with that nonsense. Here's my principle. If you've been here a long time, you've seen this before. If not, check this out. Grass-lined streets, one way. Right, we're creating this little avenue. We're gonna do something a little different here. So we're gonna change the road to a regular one way, just in front of the doorway here. And how about like right there? Let's make this a little more consistent. We'll come to either side of this park. So those 4 blocks. And then we'll grass line again. I wonder if that's too much. So let's do this different. Never mind. I take it back. I take it back. This will be the grass lined. And the part in front of the park is going to be, yeah, that's gonna look better. And now we just fix our one-ways. They're good. So no parking on the grass, but then you can park here kind of at the center as a little drop-off area. I think that would also give us the ability to do a bus line. And maybe just for the sake of the look and feel, we create a bus line that moves across all the different schools. Not for utility, but literally just to have school buses constantly driving around the schools. Maybe we'll actually make that functional. Who knows? That's a problem for future mouse. What we need to do right now is save. Hold on. Okay, we still have tons of office demand, so it is time to, I think, add some more office in. How is that zoned up there? What's going on over there? Hold on a second. How is that even there? Because it has one little foothold. Let's use this chance to get rid of that business. Go into our pathways here and create some chances to get around. Move the occasional business out. We definitely want to get this connected. Yeah, we'll do that. It's gonna be a very small business that moves in there. Maybe we do that. Really open that up. Double wide, side by side pedestrian paths. One side looks much better than the other. That's okay. Hopefully at flyby height, it's not noticeable. Okay, that side went right. What's the chances this side goes wrong? Do I have to do it? It's the exact same thing, huh? Okay. Whatever. I think we should also have a sidewalk coming out to the front. At least one on either side. So there's some ways for people to cut through. Okay, so we've got more office zone. We're on 3 times speed. As residential demand pops in, hopefully it'll all be filling in over this way. I might move the houses out that are on the 4-lane or make them apartments or something, like just high density, high rise band, maybe even level 2 limit, level 1 or level 2 limit these buildings along the street. But again, future projects. We were, I think, looking at services and stuff. Electric availability. Let's double check our budget before I do anything here. We may as well bump our water up. Oh, and I've had this, wow, I've been wasting a lot of money for a while on healthcare. Because we had a death wave and I bumped that up and then I never turned it down. So we'll have to see if we start having problem picking up bodies. So electric. over here, we can turn on another plant. It doesn't give us much, but it should get us into the green. Yeah, so we're good for a little bit. We've got 2 more plants we can turn on before we have to worry about another. But when do we get nuclear? At 36? So that we might be okay just turning back on our plants as we go, as we need them. And then getting the nuclear power at 36,000 is not too bad. That'll probably be our last power option. 2, maybe 3 nuclear plants here. Maybe we mix in some other stuff. We'll see, but nuclear is probably what will power us to endgame. I don't usually do the fusion monument. That thing's just too much for console-sized cities, at least. Okay, electric's good. Water evenly in the green. We are way over on electric. If we want to, if we want to make more money, hopefully I don't crank it up and forget later. Let's see what 90% looks like. Yeah, okay. Water, we're good. Fire safety, we're okay. It would probably make sense to have something along this strip. And in fact, right here looks perfect because that allows them to turn either way. I'm going to do the mid-tier fire stations. So right here in the middle, fire station and police. And then we'll D-zone around it. Let's do that. And that should provide good coverage. We've got a traffic problem happening here. Did I create new stoplights? I sure did. That's not helping anybody. If anything, that's making it a lot worse. Okay, we'll have to keep an eye on this. This strip is going to get very busy. It's going to be time soon to do an overhaul of the tram network and transit in general, and start enacting some district-specific traffic bans. Keep people from traveling through where they don't need to be. All right, Belmont Park is filling out nicely. These are not final names, by the way. They're just whatever default came up. Spruce Hill Park is a 5-star now. Let's take a look at this if you haven't seen the main way into the city. Right, it's coming off the highway. It splits highway 3-lane to 3-lane with sidewalks, no parking. And we've got a tram line that basically runs people up and down the main street. I feel like I did follow this on a previous episode, but just in case I didn't use the footage. It's, with the exception of the tree pop in, it doesn't look too bad. So we can fly out a little bit to try not to get the tree pop in, or we can really like power in. As long as we keep focused on a small area not too far in front of us, then we could do something like that to make it look a little bit better. We're also following evenly with the pace of the people, which helps. Just with the eye tracking. So that's a busy intersection there. Maybe a pedestrian overpass might be kind of cool. All the way down here, lots of tram. Look at all the people getting off from the tram or getting out of their pocket cars. Occasional deliveries coming in here. One of them actually waited for the bollards to come down, it looked like, and snuck in. I don't think that truck was supposed to be in there. This mall has got to go because that parking lot in the middle of this area that's just empty looks really stupid. This is at least a little bit more subdued on the posh mall, but this needs to go where there's parking. Maybe over here, if it will go. Where is? No, that's the. I want the building. I was like, why won't it let me move? Because it won't let me move a district. Wait, can we get it? Can we get it there? And how much does that encroach on residents over here? We're gonna want to cut them back a little bit because they won't like that. That block won't like that, basically. So let's cut them off. Let's do something like this. We'll connect to the node, and then this last block just doesn't exist from a zoning perspective. It will be We'll put some trees, park in there or something. Or maybe commercial across the street before we worry about the parks and stuff. So that kind of makes sense that that would be immediately across the street from this mall. And now we're actually seeing that get utilized, which makes a lot more sense. And over here, we can fill that in with the wall-to-wall. And again, we'll still come back here and move this district up a little bit. We'll change how that cuts off and gets down to the coast and give it a little bit more room so this river can still come through without being interrupted on that side. Okay. Episode 6, I made a terrible mistake. Disasters. Collapse. Size 1, just in case we clicked the wrong thing. I'm on collapse. Collapse is still highlighted. And I'm emptying the cemetery. Not with a meteor. Okay, good. Confirm demolition. Yes. Confirm meteor. That was a fun mistake. It actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be at first. So, very recoverable in that case when you choose the location to be demolished. Not so fun when you're playing with random disasters and it hits your power plant or city center. Okay, so that's okay. Trees, park, little separation there between our residential zone. And we're doing the same thing here. We're gonna have trees here. Do we not have... Oh, that was on the other side. This is heavily trafficked. I wonder if we leave that as dead zone. Do I have lights on? I have a light somewhere here, don't I? Okay, let me take... Sorry, I'm sorry. This is gonna be bad camera movement for a minute. Where are the traffic lights? Where are the traffic lights on? There's one. Oh, there's so many intersections there. That's awful. That's so awful right there. What am I doing? Okay, well, those two streets kind of have to happen. Maybe if we three-way this, it'll be a little bit better. It's just so many intersections so close together. That's bad design, what that is. Why are we having power problems? Did I break a connection? Are we on the cusp? Already? I was just about to turn one on, then I remembered. No, we changed our budget. I'm just going to leave the budget at 100 at this point, because that is not enough leeway with those power plants. What's our next milestone? 28. Come on, we can get there. All right, here we're making a custom district, just covering that road in and out of the zone here. Policies. Heavy traffic ban. Ban heavy traffic. No heavy transport vehicles. Does not affect highways. This is not a highway. So basically this becomes a way for the residents to drive in without having to go maybe through this other street, which they've probably taken already. They don't have to go around to the highway. The trucks do, though. It's going to keep the trucks off of there. We'll see what that does. I mean, this wasn't a connection before anyways, so we will fill that with some stuff. You know, things like city service buildings that don't need to be in the best spot necessarily. Speaking of, like something like a park maintenance, for example. Like when you plop this down, it has a pretty big area of effect, so that would be okay out here in this dead land between civilization and the industry. But yeah, we'll slowly kind of chip in some more bits here or there. Is that... I mean, we could extend the district just to make sure it's covering all that. It's the industry area which is more important, however. And then we just want to make sure that this intersection belongs, well, they need to be able to loop around. We want to make sure they're not coming to this intersection for sure. We don't want the trucks coming in there. This is exclusion zone. I gotta let it play at 3 times speed for a minute. There's so much demand for industry, for goods, whether it is office, That's not a problem. It's fine. It's fine. It's no big deal. Extension cord. Fixes it every time. So we're good there. Healthcare, we're doing pretty good. We've got good coverage everywhere. Everybody's in the green. There's, you know, there's a couple sick people. Not too bad, though, here or there. Death care-wise, we've got cemeteries spread out. We'll see where our next death wave is most affected and get more support over there. Childcare and elder care. I meant to double check that. So childcare wise, we're well covered. Elder care, we're not. So let's get another elder care facility up in this region. Do we move businesses out? Do we move a couple houses out? Do we center it right there? I think that we do. That's a great spot actually for it. Let's get rid of that zoning, that little bit of zoning that was here. I mean, technically that is a zonable lot. Let's see if we can get bigger lots in there. Or do we do no lots? No lots in the corners? That's not bad. That works. That actually works pretty nice, that spacing. Got the ice cream for the kids. Don't worry, there's a health center nearby when you get old. We'll keep collecting your taxes here. So, elder care, death care, health care, child care, all pretty well covered. Not terrible. Education-wise, again, we've got to see what parts of the city don't, and maybe look at the individual schools. High school, we seem to be pretty good. University, we are now no longer in the good zone. So let's see what upgrading this will do for us. I think it's going to mess up a bunch of students. Maybe we move the other one in first. Whatever, they'll figure it out. We'll recover, right? Famous last words. Education wise, so regular university does 4,500 students. High capacity university does 10,000. So delete. And then where's our zone end right there? That we should take these back off the street like we did with the other school building this episode. Did we do that this episode? No, come back to school. It's the fastest upgrade you've ever seen. It literally was built around you and you're all going home. Please enroll in this new university. It is accredited. Nothing suspicious happening. They all are flocking back, it seems, but they probably have to route home or to jobs or whatever first. There's our new school with the ice cream stand. Things are starting to shape up. There's an idea here. We really need all the DLC, though, to, I think, see it through. Any of these builds that we do at this point, I mean, Remaster doesn't have it all yet, but really any of the builds at this phase in the game, I think you just have to kind of try to incorporate everything. This is the final hurrah for a lot of people. I don't think... and I'm not sure, but check me if I'm wrong. I don't think Cities has announced Mac support. And I know one particular Mac user who probably isn't going to make the switch on platform, which is unfortunate because it means that they're kind of stuck on... they're stuck on CS1 for a while. Maybe they'll get into unmodded content on a console. Just saying. Huh? You know who you are. It's Rich. It's Rich, by the way. So... hopefully you've been enjoying the build so far. That beautiful park, like that's a great shot right there when the trees aren't popping in at night. Wish we could change the street lights. That would be awesome. Please, Cities 2, give us that ability. That's a really cool feature of some road mods to be able to change the lane configurations, the parking, but just the lights alone. We can change the trees on roads. Please let us change the lights as well. That would be awesome. I wouldn't mind that yellow look in the right age town, but those yellow lights feel really ancient when it comes to modern day cities IRL. What the heck is it pivoting around? Oh my God. I'm leaving that in. I have to leave that in. What was that? Where were we? Outro? Today was a fantastic episode for Meander because I feel like it just went all over the place. And there will be some of those episodes. But if you enjoyed today's video, hit the like button. It helps the channel. It's easy and it's really appreciated. If you're new here, subscribe for more and I will see you on the next one. But until then, when maybe we'll look at that intersection, we'll find something to fix and then get totally sidetracked. Until then, this is Move the Mouse, signing off.